The temper
today, Tennessee beating Alabama, and now Arizona defeating Notre Dame. And the day isn't over. So who knows what may happen before the Western folks are through. Right now, the crowd coming to its feet here in the Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina, as Bernard Taylor, the hometowner, is escorted to the ring for his first big day in his professional boxing career as he makes his first title challenge for the WBA Featherweight Championship. Bernard Taylor, in the course of his career, had all kinds of national honors as an amateur, a 4-time Golden Gloves champion, a 2-time national amateur champion, 1979 World Cup champion, and the 1980 Pan American Games champion. But he, like so many others, was denied the opportunity to fight for an Olympic gold medal because of the boycott. Charlotte Mayor Eddie Knox among those, greeting him as he comes into the ring. And I would think one of the things that young Taylor must realize as he begins his title challenge today is that the man coming into the ring now, Pedroza, is a very strong finisher, but a relatively slow starter. Pedroza will go to war. He likes nothing better than to tease the opponent into a war. It is not Taylor's game. He is a mover. He is a boxer. He does not carry the power that Pedroza carries. He has 10 knockouts listed among his 18 victories, but as I said, he has never gone in the ring against a man the caliber of Eusebio Pedroza, who comes in glittering, spangles all over his robe, and they almost run together as they dance in the ring, and both of them look like all the adrenaline glands are open. Eusebio Pedroza was shocked by the death of Salvador Sanchez because he felt there would be a reunification fight for the championship at the featherweight weight. Sanchez being the WBC title holder and Pedroza the WBA. But the untimely death of Sanchez denied him that big payday. Now, the ring announcer Harold Johnson for the introduction of the fighters.
Introducing in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with green trim, the undefeated challenger with a record of 18-0, including 10 knockouts, the third-ranked fighter in the World Boxing Association featherweight standings, weighing 125.5 pounds, from Charlotte, North Carolina, the BT Express, Bernard Taylor! In the red corner, wearing the red stripes, making his 15th title defense, weighing in at 126 pounds, with a record of 34-3 with 23 knockouts, from Panama City, Panama, the World Boxing Association featherweight champion, Eusebio Pedroza! The referee is Stanley Christanua from South Africa. The supervisor is Heinrich Hopper from South Africa. The judges are Hugh Jensen of Denmark and Oscar Kenneth Oppen from Argentina. Scheduled for 15 rounds.
And now the instructions from the referee, Stanley Christodoulou. This will be his third title fight for Eusebio Pedroza. And he expressed some surprise when he realized that in this country, at least, Pedroza has gained a reputation of being a brawler. And of course, most of that reputation having come from his fight against Juan Laporte, when he had beaten Laporte and gotten the decision at ringside, and later on appeal, the New Jersey Athletic Commission under Joe Walcott reversed the decision. But most people are perfectly willing to let that stand as a decision for Pedroza, with Laporte now becoming the WBC featherweight champion after defeating Mario Miranda. That bout taking place as a result of the death of Salvador Sanchez. And now the referee summons the two fighters to the center of the ring for his instructions. A Ace Miller, the manager of Bernard Taylor.
Shake hands. Good luck to you, buddy. Shake hands.
Santiago Del Rio, the manager of Pedroza. The tail of the tape. Taylor a year younger. The edge and height to the champion Pedroza. He had to dry out a little bit this morning in order to make the weight. The reach is relatively the same. It is the boxer, Taylor, against a great body puncher, Eusebio Pedroza. Scheduled for 15 rounds. You saw the champion smiling when the boos echoed down on him from the obvious pro-Taylor crowd, but he seems loose, relaxed. Taylor did not seem very tight an hour before the fight. Laced his own shoes, listened to music, rested, and knows full well what he needs to do. Taylor is a very difficult fellow to hit. He's a constant mover. Pedroza would love to have him go flat-footed occasionally so he can work on his body. Taylor has never gone more than 10 rounds. So if he gets past 10, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the last 5. The referee will score today. 2 judges and the referee will deliver the scorecard. 10-point must-scoring system, 3 knockdown rule in effect, mandatory 8 count, no standing 8s, and no saving of the bell except obviously in the final round. Taylor circling, and this figures to be pretty much the pattern, at least for the first few rounds. In looking over the 18 fights that Bernard Taylor has had, you don't find any name opponents of any consequence. The reason for that, admitted to by Ace Miller, that during his early going, when he first turned professional, he protected him. He had some soft touches. But once Taylor emerged as a bona fide professional, then Ace Miller had trouble finding somebody to fight him. Nobody wanted him. He was too difficult to handle. Pedroza conserving energy, watching the man circling, and so far has done nothing. Taylor flicks the left, but the champion bobs away from it. Both men probing as Taylor tries to flurry in the final seconds of the first round. The first round was almost a no-hitter. Now let's see what happens here in round number 2. Taylor will be the man doing most of the moving. Opposite the left to the forehead. Eusebio will stalk him. And you get up into 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if it goes that far. Look out. Taylor couldn't be wetter if he had just fallen out of the shower. Pedroza is completely dry. Very calm. Cristodolo says, let's have some fighting. When are you going to start fighting? He heads the South African Boxing Association. The judges are Knud Jensen from Denmark, Oscar Kenappen from Argentina. The corner people are Santiago Del Rio, Henry Douglas, or Pedroza, with Lionel Hoyt, Ace Miller, Jay Dudley, and Biff Holstein for Taylor. Bernard Taylor is not going to step in there and trade with Pedroza. Not going to do it. Pedroza's going to have to go after him. And he will eventually. First major move right there by the champion, but Taylor escapes. Taylor will try to pick him like that. Deflected by the champion. Part of it got there. Seconds to go in round 2. In the exchange, a left by Taylor and a right to the body. Round 3. Not much has happened. I'm sure some of you may have wondered why in the world would the champion, Pedroza, come from Panama to Charlotte, North Carolina to fight a native son if he were not totally confident that he could win the fight. Well, I'm sure that he and Santiago del Rio were when they signed the contract, or as even we fight here in round number 3. But over and beyond that, the important factor of why this fight is taking place here is money. And Eusebio Pedroza has not had that many big paydays. I noted he didn't get the opportunity for the big payday in the unification fight with Salvador Sanchez. A little quick 1-2 by Taylor, and then Bernard's on his bicycle. He's a frustrating fellow to fight. He just picked him, moved, picked him, and moved. Crowd starting to hoot a little bit, even in his own hometown. Pedroza has made no real bold move to engage him yet. Made one move at the end of the second round, and one slight move at the end of the first round. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line. At the end of this round, we'll take a station break. Again, the referee, Stanley Cristodolo of South Africa, says, let's have a fight, guys. A lot of us have come a long way. Pedroza, of course, speaks very little, if any, English. But I'm sure he understood what Cristodolo was saying to him, because this is the third time this particular referee has handled one of his title fights. It up a little. Nothing came of it. Pedroza trying to cut off the ring now. Taylor is so quick. He's hard to catch. We'll be back with more of this WBA Featherweight Championship fight after this word from our local station. For 15, World Boxing Association Featherweight Championship on the line with the champion Eusebio Pedroza in the lighter trunks against Bernard Taylor. The champion wearing the black shoes, the challenger wearing the white shoes and the black trunks. And we have not had much action so far in the fight. A little milling in the late going. That's a good right hand by the champion Pedroza, snapping Taylor's head back. just missed with the right hand as Taylor tied him. Pedroza knows full well that sooner or later Taylor is going to slow down something. Not very much if he can keep this pace for 12, 13 rounds. Sooner or later. Always for the body punch and missed it. Pedroza is a lethal body puncher. He has accumulated his knockouts. Very seldom do you find one of his knockouts occurring, though, off one punch. It's an accumulation of punishment that he administers, and generally to the body. But he has not hit Taylor's body yet. In there by Pedroza as Taylor came over the top. Champion growing more and more aggressive. Half a minute to go in round 4. Hard right hand by Pedroza. Taylor ties him up and then escapes. A right hand by Taylor as Pedroza moved in. Of round 4. We're in round 5 now, scheduled for 15. Both men landing right hands in round 4, the harder blow to the champion Pedroza. He has not been able as yet to reach the body of Bernard Taylor. He tried twice, snaps the left hand into Taylor's face, another left hand by Pedroza. Eusebio on the right from Panama City. Short right hand by Bernard Taylor. Taylor poking away at the body. Pedroza gets you close. He can really wing you with left hooks to the body. Punish you. He has not been able to reach Taylor yet. Taylor wild. Champion escaping. As he goes back into the corner, and then he ties him up. And Taylor butts Pedroza. He butted him. So much has been said of Pedroza and his tactics against Laporte as Taylor is almost so obvious that he wants to retaliate at the first indication of a low blow or any fouling tactics. He laid one on him right there, and is probably lucky he didn't get penalized for it more than he did. He just got a warning from the referee. No point taken away. Taylor snapped the left hand into the champion's face twice. Most people feel that Pedroza's good enough to beat most any featherweight around, or joust with any featherweight around anywhere in the world without having to resort to the tactics. But he will go just as far as the authority in the ring will allow. As Taylor tags him with the left hand. Bernard Taylor holding his own so far against the champion. its chin and pulled him back into the corner. The youngster fought very well. Taylor missing a left hand. Pedroza getting him back toward the corner, coiling for the attack. Watch that right hand load up, and he wings it in. It was not a low blow, but you see Taylor retaliating by sticking his head and shoulder right in there. Taylor on the right. And Taylor now will spin him and spin him into the corner and bend him back over the ropes. Put his head right under his chin. So that is, I guess, a calling card to the champion that I know what you've done before, pal. You're not going to do it to me. We'll see. As we go now to round 6. Best round of the fight far and away in round 5. Taylor's confidence may grow after a round like that. He nailed the champion with one good right hand. Goes it wild as he pursues. They exchange their little dances in the center of the ring. Break the monotony of it. Eusebio Pedroza is not a man to get careless with. He just missed with that right hand. Taylor picked part of it off as it came over the top, and then he was able to tie up the champion inside. Good left hand by Pedroza. He missed with his right as he came in, but he managed to get Taylor on the side of the face with a good left. He's after him now, and Taylor so hard to find.
Come back. Come back.
34-3 and one no decision. That no decision came as a result of his getting cut in the second round of a tune-up fight back in July. The injury that brought on the postponement of this fight, August to this date. Seconds to go. Round 6. Snapping left hand by Taylor. We're at the Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. WBA Featherweight Championship scheduled for 15. Champion Eusebio Pedroza, Panama. The challenger Bernard Taylor out of Knoxville, Tennessee, native son of Charlotte. The referee Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa. The judges are Oscar McKinappen of Argentina and Knud Jensen of Denmark. And in this particular bout, under WBA rules, the referee does have a vote. Fight is very close. The last 2 rounds, we've had some action. The first 4, not much. Pedroza making his 15th title defense since winning it from Cecilio Lastra in April of 1978. No other featherweight champion has ever defended or been as active as Pedroza. Champion sort of lost his balance as they banged together, and it got the crowd excited a little bit. And the referee says to Taylor, watch your head. Didn't appear there was any collision that time. Good stiff left hand by Pedroza. Right hand goes to the body. Pedroza was winding up to let the right hand go to the body. Taylor beat him to the punch with a stiff right hand. Taylor is fighting exactly what the book says against Pedroza so far. The champion beat Taylor to the punch. See the referee saying to Pedroza, don't put him back in the kidneys. Keep him in front. Right at the belt line. Taylor picks him off with a left right to the head. Is about over. The fight is very close. And we'll watch now in the respective corners as Henry Douglas and Santiago Del Rio talk to their man, Pedroza, as Ace Miller and Jay Dudley and Biff Holstein work with their man, Bernard Taylor. That is Taylor. And they're rubbing on the cheekbone, and he may have a little welt growing there. You see their heads come right together. You see Pedroza wing that right hand to the kidney area and then come up behind the head in a rabbit punch. Not particularly to hurt as much as to aggravate, perhaps, and to accumulate punishment. But Taylor, in both of the instances where they came together, and particularly in the second exchange, fought him off with a stiff combination to the head. So now we go along to round number 8. And the game may get a little grittier from here on.
Get that in some eyes, Steve.
Little bit of a welt around the corner of the left eye of the champion. Put a little extra salve on it, looks like. It looks like it might be a little puffy, but neither man showing much of a mark. There's that overhand right, the lead right by Taylor. A little short that time. Quick left hand by Pedroza. Pedroza goes to the body. Digs that hard left hand in there. He likes it right on the belt line. The black trunks has been moving from the very beginning of this fight. The champion has been stalking. The left hand into the face. The champion told by the referee, keep your punches up, as he went right to the belt line. scheduled for 15. Bernard Taylor boxing with his feet as much as his hands. Missed with the right hand and slid off the side of the head. Just missed with an overhand right as he stepped in with it. And the champion was not able to counter. I guess you could describe Bernard Taylor as sort of a running counterpuncher. Constantly moving as we wind down to the end of round 8. We're into round 9 now. And let's see whether or not Bernard Taylor has lost any of his quickness in his legs. Training for 15 rounds in the gym and going 15 rounds in the ring with a man like Eusebio Pedroza are two different things. But Taylor looks fresh here in round 9. And Pedroza now increasing his tempo a little bit as he pursues, trying to nail Taylor down. Also the first punch of the round. Haven't been that many punches thrown in this whole fight. Champion missing with a right hand lead. Right hand by Pedroza. Again, not a lot on it, but it did get to the face of Taylor. We'll alert our local stations as Taylor scores with the left hand that at the end of this round we will take a station break. Champion misses. Taylor gets him with a short left hook. Taylor counterpunching very well off the lunges of Pedroza. Eusebio having to go after him to get to him. And Taylor able to counter. Right hand by Bernard misses as the champion pulls it away, and Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa separates him. Both scoring lefts to the body. South African referee quick to separate them unless they start mauling each other on the rope. Every time in that exchange that Pedroza went to the kidney, Taylor went with a rabbit punch. We'll be back with more of this WBA Featherweight Championship fight after this word from our local station. We're into round 10. Now here comes the element of experience on Taylor's part, conditioning on Taylor's part, against the known history of Pedroza. From here on, historically, he has been dynamite. Tough, tough, tough. Let's see whether or not Bernard Taylor has reached the point in his career whether he can weather the storm, carry the fight to the champion. It's got to be close in the scoring. Just has to be. Been an action fight. It's been a pick here and a pick there as the challenger has been able to beat the champion to the punch, stayed on the run, stayed away from Pedroza's power. The WBA Featherweight Championship fight. Bernard Taylor undefeated in 18 bouts as a professional, 18-0. Pedroza having lost only 3 times. He has not lost since he won this championship in April from Lustra, Panama City. Knocked him out in the 13th round. He has not lost since that time. This is his 15th title defense. champion went back on his heels with that one. May have been Taylor's best punch of the fight. He caught Pedroza coming in. And the left hook landed over the left eye, and it rocked him. Don't know that it hurt him all that much, but it did rock him. Pedroza digging to the body. Taylor snapping the left hook in the face and gets away from it. Beginning to see some concern in the champion's corner, too. It's that close. Pedroza digging into the body again, getting both shots in. Flat-footed that time, took a shot to the body, came back with a right hand to the champion's head as we go inside 10 seconds to go in round 10. Good right hand by Pedroza. General Ruben Dario Paredes, chief of the Panamanian National Guard, in the delegation that came with the champion. And here we go to round 11. Good stiff exchange at the bell. I thought the harder punch might have belonged to the champion, though Taylor, as they came to the bell, landed a combination. And for the first time in that round, Bernard Taylor went flat-footed for just a moment. Pedroza now trying to put on the pressure. Kind of an interesting thing about the presence of Paredes, General Paredes here. He had decreed, it became public knowledge that Sugar Ray Leonard would not fight Pepino Cuevas before he fought Roberto Duran. Well, the WBA is headquartered in Panama. And all boxers in Panama, their income is tax-free, and all national champions receive a lifetime pension from the government. So boxing is obviously a major activity in that country. Taylor coming over the top with it, and it nullified the intentions of the body attack by the champion. Taylor still able to move, still looks fresh. Pedroza's got to be getting a little dizzy from going around and around and around chasing him. And he probably is getting pretty concerned about everything. Left hand by Taylor. Another one caught the champion as he moved in. Taylor at 25 years, Pedroza at 26 years. Pedroza an edge in height, reach is about the same. Not much in that body exchange there by either man. Taylor's foot speed and his ability to move is just nullified Pedroza's traditional body attack. Separates him. He's handled the fight very well so far. And we're at the end of 11. During that intermission between rounds, there is no question. There is concern in the champion's corner. Taylor continues his pattern of moving, picking, an occasional exchange, and could be ahead. averse to those kind of tactics, trying to get him, and missed him and almost fell down. Both men kicking body punches as Cristodolo steps between them and admonishes both for not stepping back. This is round 12. WBA featherweight championship fight. The champion, Pedroza, in the lighter trunks. Bernard Taylor, the challenger, in the dark trunks. We reflected at the very beginning of today's telecast on ABC's Wide World of Sports of the great wars, brawls between Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler. Well, these two have not been that close together that much today. Right hand to the body by the champion. One right hand is all he's able to get out of it. Taylor has been well prepared for this fight by Ace Miller. Can't pin him in the corner. Champion has been unable to cut off the ring and stop Taylor. Right hand, and Pedroza goes right to the groin with a shot. But not enough to bother Taylor. And Cristodolo gets him apart one more time. Right hand right at the belt line by Pedroza. Stood in there well. 10 seconds to go in round 12. Pedroza looking for a street fight, and Taylor won't have it. We go to round 13.
Step back.
And it's incumbent now on Taylor not to get into a brawl with Pedroza. He stabs him 4 times with a stiff left hand as they exchange in the center of the ring. Taylor, in order to beat this man, is going to have to square off with him, and apparently they have decided that he's fresh enough to have a go at it here in round 13 as Taylor stands in. The referee does have a ballot. Looks like a little bit of a cut around the left eye, and there is now blood coming down from Bernard Taylor's left eye, and it may have come when they banged their heads together. Their heads banged in the early going of that exchange here in round 13, and the flow of blood is outside the eye of Bernard Taylor. It's in the right on the edge of the eyebrow, on the outer portion of the left eye. You can see it trickling down his face. Pedroza, pursuing the man, goes hard to the body as he catches him on the ropes, but Taylor ties him up. Pedroza getting one shot when he gets Taylor into those close quarters, and then Taylor's able to handle it. The blood is not a factor in the small cut in the corner of Bernard's left eye. Long left hand by Pedroza. To me like there's a little bit of a cut in the corner. No, I guess not. I thought for a moment the champion might have an abrasion around the left eye, but not so. Good left hand by Pedroza. Pedroza now finding him a little more in this round than he has in any round. Taylor ties him. Won't let him have it. There's a hard left hand. And he says to Pedroza, keep him up. Left hook by Pedroza. Round 13 is over. Champion's best round.
Step back, step back.
Adley Cristodolo from South Africa, the referee.
Okay, step back.
Fight has to be close. I have the champion winning the last 2 rounds, which will bring it very close. There's the left hook by Pedroza. This is more his kind of ball game, where you can get close to you. There's really been no evidence of intent to foul in the fight. Taylor's now got the blood running down his cheek again. He has reopened that little cut in the corner of Taylor's eye, and it would seem to be caused by a butt, as they bumped heads when they first came together in round 13.
Okay, step back, step back.
Looks like some of the run is gone from Bernard Taylor's legs. He's now tying up the champion more and not just outrunning him. Left hook by the champion. Taylor slipping away from the rest of it. From Bernard Taylor's standpoint, well executed, tactically. The most exciting championship fight we've ever seen. But he's followed his plan and pattern very well as Pedroza tagged him with that sharp left hook. The champion, the taller by about 3 inches. Pedroza again trying to go to the body, but Taylor fights him off and then ties him up. Taylor wild. Pedroza, no real mark on him. Cut in the corner of Taylor's left eye, seems no bother. A little bit of blood coming out of it.
Okay.
Well, round 14's about over. We've got 1 left. I don't think either man has enough of an edge in the fight to feel secure about it. The champion is finishing strong, as we anticipated he would. Bernard Taylor built an early lead. Taylor now may be in a position where he will want to go for an exchange or two with the champion. One thing he needs most of all to do in this early going of this final round is get off first, because you know Pedroza is going to go after him. The WBA Featherweight Championship could be decided in this final round.
Step back.
Not the sort of stuff legends are made of. But again, I say tactically, from Taylor's point of view, well executed. Taylor, Taylor. The judges are Oscar McKinnoppen of Argentina, Knud Jensen of Denmark, the referee Stanley Christodoulou, South Africa. Those three will cast the ballot. Champion's face. It looks like he may have a cut in the corner of his right eye. Those heads have been banging together here in the last 3 rounds. I don't know if the blood is from Taylor's cut or if the champion is in fact cut. They're mauling and brawling in the final minute. Left hand by Pedroza. He does have a cut in the corner of the right eye. Half a minute to go in the fight. Both men with eye cuts. Taylor nullifying Pedroza's attack. Inside 10 seconds. Fight's over. Both corners filled with their partisans. And I'm sure both corners feel they could come out of this with a win. It could be that close. So while we're waiting for the scorecards to be tabulated and get the official decision, let's again join Jim Lampley in New York for a sports update.
We'll be
All right, we're ready for the decision from the referee and the 2 judges. The gloves being cut off both fighters' hands. They're trying to keep it as quiet as possible in the ring. And again, I would like to say, I thought the South African referee, Christodoulou, did a fine job in handling the fight. Has to be very close. Has to be very close. And Harold Johnson, the ring announcer, is still waiting for the official decision. Not a lot of action in it. The champion was never able to pin Bernard Taylor down long enough to inflict the damage from his body attack. Taylor just simply outran him. And then in the late rounds, when he lost some of the run in his legs, he was able to nullify the champion's attack. And it has to go right down to the last digit, I would think, for a decision. They will count it and recount it. Crowd of, looks like the crowd is in the neighborhood of 6,000 people here at the Coliseum, maybe more. And we're still waiting for the decision. That's Bernard Taylor on the left, and the champion Pedroza on the right. And it is taking forever to get the decision, and now we've got it. And here is the ring announcer. 2 judges and a referee casting the ballots. They are checking and double checking. And now I think we're going to get the decision. is a draw. The fight is a draw. Eusebio Pedroza will keep his WBA featherweight championship. Had to be close. Pedroza in getting the draw, and he came late to get the draw with Taylor. He will keep his WBA featherweight championship. So, that's the story from Charlotte. Travel arrangements made through. Promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flying more people to Hawaii.
Conference rivals. Following scores and highlights of Sunday's NFL action on SportsCenter, see the powerful Ohio State Buckeyes, led by Heisman candidate Arch Schleister, test their mettle against a surprising Arizona State team. Stay tuned Sunday night to ESPN, your #1 source for sports.